Hey, it's Kandy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my new hair. I just got out of the shower, so it's still wet, so you're not able to see the full beauty of it. But yeah, I cut like 5 or 6 inches off and went back to a burgundy red because that just feels natural to me. What kind of pushed me over the edge of like I knew I needed to get my hair done. I did. I knew. My grays were coming out. I'm just gonna adjust you guys while I talk. There we go. I feel like I'm better in frame now. But what really motivated me was my coworker standing next to me and going, "Dang, you have a lot of grays. It's time to dye your hair." And I was like, all right, I will. It's time. So I had Friday off and I got up, hung out with the cats for a while, took a shower, went and picked up some tires for work that just happened to be at the store in the town that I live, and went and got my hair cut. And then I worked yesterday. It was the first day of Oregon and Washington's lift of the mask mandate. And so it's like kind of scary, but it's like kind of exciting because wearing a mask all day is kind of sucky and we all know this. But you know, I'm still like a little up in the air about it, I guess. Well, I want everyone to be safe, but I also want everyone to be comfortable, and I know for some people it's not comfortable to wear a mask all day. So here we are. I had customers come in with masks, without. I had some ask, telling them, you know, it's their choice. They can do what they want. So yeah, it was an interesting day yesterday. So hello. 2-minute introduction of nothing. We're just gonna do a chatty get ready with me. So it's Sunday. I'm actually meeting Cody's son for the first time today. So I'm a little nervous, but also excited. I've spoken to him like on video chat with Cody, and we've played some video games together, but this is the first time that I'm like meeting him face to face. So it's a big step, but what is today? The 13th. So as of on the 15th, so 2 days from now, Cody and I will have been together for 10 months. So I guess it's time. His mom is comfortable with it, and I wanted to make sure that up front that she is fully okay with all of this. So she is. I offered to have a conversation with her, but she didn't feel that necessary. So here we go. I'm gonna put a hairband in to kind of hold my hair back, and we'll just get on with this. I got up this morning and did some facial dermaplaning and plucking of the under chin hairs. PCOS sisters unite. Put some moisturizer on, and then in the shower wash that off, and here we are, blank canvas. Yeah, let's just go. I've been really loving this rediscovery of this Balm Shelter tinted moisturizer. My other favorite tinted moisturizer is the Origins Ginseng SPF 40. Does this have SPF in it? This only has SPF 18. But so this one's got more SPF. However, the last time I wore this, my skin broke out, and so I kind of haven't tried it again. It could have been a multitude of things, but for now I'm on to this one. Also, without the mask, I can do like a full face of makeup, which is nice. Not that that's like the only reason. They were just in here with me for like an hour, and my roommate was out in the kitchen, and so they were both like, "Oh, okay, bye." And I was like, okay, perfect opportunity. I want to film a video. Now one of them is outside the door crying again. If it gets too bad, I will let them back in. But since my roommate is out in the common area and I want to film, I'd like to keep the background noise to a minimum. I don't want him to feel like he has to be quiet. Alright, so I'm just going to take this tinted moisturizer and put it all over my face. So, to keep you up with my life, I haven't got to see Brittany since our little Galentine's outing, so it's been about a month since I've seen her. Just like sad to me. We've tried to meet up a couple of times, and she had someone quit at her job, and so she's now doing 2 jobs in the same company. So she's working like 16 hours a day. We tried to meet up yesterday for like lunch after I got off work, because she usually has Saturdays off, but she had to work yesterday, and I'm like sad and I miss her. So I just sent her a message this morning that was like, I know you're super busy, but I miss you, and I hope that you get a break soon, and I'll be here when you're available. I don't know if I said that last part. I meant to say that last part. If I didn't, Brittany, if you're watching. So hopefully I hear from her today, just to check in, because I worry about her. Other things going on. Cody got a new job. He's been kind of looking for something a little bit different. He's been a security guard for like 10 years with one company, and he moved to a new company when he moved where he was living. So he's been with them since beginning of December. Yeah, about the beginning of December. And he'd been looking for something a little bit different. He just wanted to try something new, and so he found a new job in pest control, and he seems to really like it so far. He's been there about a week now, so I'm really happy for him, and like, I just want him to be happy, you know? Alright, so we've got the moisturizer on and under my eyes. You can see it's just evened out my skin tone and kind of, you know, just made me look put together a little bit. Now we're going to go in with some concealer, camouflage concealer from Too Faced, and my go-to concealer right now has been this Thrive Cosmetics one. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. My other favorite one is still the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, but this one's been working out really well. So yeah, I haven't seen Cody in 2 weeks now. I didn't see him last weekend. But I'm gonna go have lunch with them today, and then we'll spend the weekend together next weekend, because I have the weekend off. Oh, speaking of my work, we finally hired someone, and I don't know if I've told this entire story, but we've been kind of looking for someone since like December, and I've set up like a crap ton of interviews. The owner's daughter set up a bunch of interviews, and we literally, so I think total through the 2 kind of rounds, we probably had 20 some odd interviews set up, and 4 people actually showed up for their interviews. We had hired one girl, and she sent an email the day before she was supposed to start and declined the offer. Okay, that's fine. You found a better opportunity. I totally get it. So we kept looking. I had done a couple interviews. And my manager was in the interview with me, and he was like, listen, I like you. Can you start next week? And the girl was like, yeah, I think I can. And so we set up for her to start on the 7th of March. And that would have been Monday. And it got to be, she was supposed to be there at 7:30. And she wasn't there. And I was like, oh God, what's happening? Please just show up. So finally she calls the store, because I hadn't given her like my personal phone number or anything. So she calls the store, and she's like, hey, you know that college tour I was going on with my son, that's why I couldn't start earlier? I was like, yeah. And she goes, we're stuck. It snowed, they closed the pass. I think we'll be back in town like Tuesday or Wednesday. And I was like, okay. And she goes, I can start Wednesday. I'm like, okay, great. So then Wednesday morning comes around and she doesn't show up. And I'm like, what is going on? And the owner's daughter calls me and she goes, hey, I got this big long text message from the new girl and she is declining because she can't make the morning shift work. So we have 2 shifts, 7:30 to 3 and 10 to 6, which is when the store closes. And she said she couldn't make the morning shift work and she knew I wanted to train her on the morning shift, but she just can't make it work. And if I can't accommodate her, then she's gonna have to just not do the job. And I was like, okay, like what, you couldn't bring this up to me earlier? Like that would have been great. Like, is what it is. And so I called her and I was like, of course I can accommodate you if you can't do the morning shift. I understand you have kids, you have to get them to school. You know, I want you for the evening shift anyway. This is not that big a deal. The only reason I would want to train her on opening is so she knew the entire scope of the job. So I was like, do you want to come in today or you want to start fresh tomorrow? And she's like, well, I'll start fresh tomorrow. I was like, okay, no big deal. So she's supposed to come in Thursday morning and start. She's supposed to come in at 10. So it gets to be pretty close to 10 o'clock. Have not heard from her, have not seen her. And I get a text message from her and she's like, I turned the wrong way. I'll be there. I'm on my way though. I'm like, okay. So she shows up like 40 minutes late. I'm like, this is fine. And so we train with her the whole day. And I'm like, okay, well, tomorrow is my day off. I had planned on, you know, training you for 4 days before I needed to like not be here for you. So I was like, you're gonna have to like train with the manager, which is no big deal. So I trained her all day Thursday. She was working out great. She was asking a lot of questions. She was jumping in when she needed to. It was awesome. And I'm off Friday, so I go and do my errands and I get a call from the store and it's one of my coworkers and she's like asking me a question about something else. And she goes, oh, by the way, the new girl left. And I was like, what do you mean left? So apparently she got a call and her son stepped off the school bus and got hit by a car. I'm like, is this really happening to this poor woman? Like, the events of the past like 5 days have been so traumatic for her. Like, what the heck? So she had to go home and of course take care of her kid. And yesterday she texted me before she was supposed to come in and she was like, my son's having another surgery today and he should be home tomorrow. I will be there next week. And I was like, girl, I just hope everything starts going better for you because this has been a horrific week for you. I feel terrible for you. Why am I going to put mascara on already? Got my eyebrows on. It's the Revolution Makeup dark brown eyebrow pencil. What do they call it? Something special? Nope, they just call it an eyebrow pencil. So hopefully things are gonna work out with her. I just hope that like her son is okay, and I'm sure I'll get the full scoop from her this coming week. But wow, what a week for her. Like, I feel so bad for her. We have one guy out on an injury, another one got injured last week, so he was out. It's just, the store has been chaotic to say the least. And so I'm hoping things calm down, but we're getting to the end of March and winter tires have to come off by April 1st, especially studs. The law is that studs have to be off by April 1st because they cause damage to the roads. Winter tires that are not studded do not legally have to be off. That is your choice. And, you know, it's one of those things where If you don't take them off, that's your prerogative, but they're a softer rubber. So I don't know if you guys know this. Here's a little tire knowledge for you. Winter tires are made out of a softer rubber that aids in gripping the road. And so if you run them in hot temperatures where the road is too warm for them, it just wears them out super fast. Here's some other tire knowledge for you guys. If you are going in to have a flat tire repaired, the side of the car is as you're sitting in it. So the driver's side is your left side, the passenger side is your right side, and there's front and rear, obviously. But some people, I like always check. I'm like, if they say left rear, I'm like, okay, driver's rear, and they're like, yeah. So just to make sure. And then if you need to know your tire size, it is actually on the sidewall of your tire. And this is American standard, just so we know. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but the number is on the sidewall of the tire. The total number is 7 digits. It usually starts with either LT or P, a 3-digit number. So like for instance, my tires are a 185, 35, or not 185, 235, 55, 18. So it'll be LT for my Jeep, 235 / 55, I believe they are, R18. And the 18 is the size of the rim. The middle number is the like depth of the tire between the rim and the circumference of the tire, which is the first number. I felt like I didn't explain that to you guys like very well, but I'm sorry about that. So anyway, little tire knowledge for you ladies. Most of your ladies. But it's like good information for anyone. So. Alright. I feel like I'm rambling. Let me finish my putting on eyeshadow and I'll come back. Okay, I've got my eyeshadow on and blended. I use the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. It's my go-to. It's got nice colors. I like doing neutral, like brownish colors for work. They're just easy to like, they're not crazy. Not that I don't love crazy colors, because I do. Okay, so that's what's been going on with like work, and I don't really have much of anything else. I basically work and sit at home, and especially with everything else going on in the world right now, the war in Ukraine and gas prices and this uncertainty about coronavirus right now, it's like I feel very overwhelmed and there's nothing I can do about any of it. So it's like, I know some of you feel like this too. It's just, there's so many outside things that, the little things in my life that I just spent the last, 15, 20 minutes talking to you guys about seem inconsequential in the broader scheme of the world. But that's what's going on in my little world, without me getting so overwhelmed by the things that are happening outside of myself that I can't do anything about. And so I just, pray for the people of Ukraine and hope that this can come to a end fairly soon for them, and with the coronavirus that we can move past and not have so many deaths. Like that's what scares me the most, is like the people I love getting sick and dying, because all the people that deny that it's real and all of that have obviously not been affected by it. They've not had someone super close to them pass away from something that we can try to help and not spread. So it's like, I don't know, again, it feels like it's out of my control, but I can do what I can do in my little world. I hope that makes sense. I hope that that makes sense. I can't really say anything other than I hope it makes sense. All right, Physicians Formula eyeliner. I'll be silent for a couple moments. I've been doing less eyeliner, so like just a smaller line on that lash line, just not as thick is what I'm like trying to get across. And then I'm gonna grab some lower lash liner. This is the NYX Epic Wear liner in Deepest Brown. And I'm just going to do that on my waterline. So for me, that just adds a little bit of dimension to my eye without weighing it down too terribly much. And then the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. Okay, so after the video where I was like, I don't know if I like this, a lot of you commented that it's a tubing mascara. And I didn't realize that. I wasn't sure what that was, even when you guys did tell me that. And so I looked it up, and what it does is it's supposed to completely cover the lash, make them bigger, stay on super long. And so now what I do is I kind of take like a warm cloth and I'll put it over my eyes, which kind of warms it up and like melts it a little bit. And then I can gently pull down and the tubes will come off. So I like this now. I wear it all the time. So I'm gonna use that really quickly. All right, got a little bit on my eyelids, so I'm gonna grab a spoolie, let it dry a little bit. There we go. Okay. So the eyes are done. I'm gonna grab Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light and just do a little bit of that on my face. For blush, I'm gonna take the Thrive Cosmetics blush brush in Olivia blush stick, sorry. And what I do is I just do like 3 dots and then I take my hand and kind of blend it in. So I like to take my blush up here and then down in that area. Subtle, beautiful. My under eyes are looking super dark though, aren't they? I wonder what I can do to help fix that. Maybe I'll come back through with a little more mascara after I'm done with everything else. Okay, for highlight, I'm gonna use the Becca Champagne Pop. This video feels like it's all over the place, and I apologize for that, but I'm just kind of getting some stuff out, like inner corner, underneath my brow. Okay, I'm gonna wait to do my cheeks until I fix my under eyes. I'm gonna perhaps this is a case of I have too much product on under my eyes now. I'm really trying to cover up that darkness. That's better. That's better. So then I'm just gonna, whoops, grab some more highlight from my cheeks. I'm gonna use the Coffee Cat lip gloss from Wet n Wild. There we go. Makeup's done. Take out the... My hair's not completely dry. You guys are seeing this tag too. So this is like a little romper, and I like to wear it backwards because it's like crew neck on the front, but when I'm like in loungy clothes like this cute little romper, I want to be comfortable, so I turn it around because it has like, this is how the back is supposed to be. There's like a button here, but I just like to wear it like this. I think it's cute and it's comfy. So hair's still a little wet in the back for sure, but you can see the gorgeous color that I've got. The girl that did my hair, her name was Christy, spelled exactly like my name, which was kind of cool, so we bonded a bit. So, okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna get dressed, and I'm just gonna wear some jeans and probably a sweater and go meet Cody and his son for lunch. We're gonna have lunch together, and who knows? I hope he likes me. That's all I care about. I just want him to like me. He's like 12. He's like really close to my nephew Logan's age, so like I'm hoping that he likes me and he wants to spend time with us, and that maybe him and Logan can become friends. They both like the same type of video games and stuff, so it's a big step. Alright guys, the cats are crying. I'm gonna let them in here, and thanks for catching up with me. Alright guys, so I thought I would have this video edited before I left, but I didn't get it done. So I thought I would get you guys an update on what happened. Here's the outfit I wore. This dress is by Torrid. This jacket is from Molly and Isadora. I wore some shorts underneath it. This necklace from Dia. I don't know where I got those earrings. Okay, I'm moving, sis. Athena's on the back of the chair. I wore a ring and a bracelet. Like, who am I? But anyway, so we were supposed to go and have dinner at Red Robin, or a late lunch, and on the way there I was talking to Roger on the phone, and I got this bright idea because I had talked to my mom, and she was going to my sister's house to have ribs at 3 o'clock, which is the time we were going to lunch, and I was like, maybe we can just go to my sister's house, because I know Logan, my oldest nephew, has been asking about Kennedy, and I was like, okay, we could do that. So I called, did I call my sister? I called my sister first, talked to her husband, and I was like, hey, I hear you guys are having, you know, lunch at 3 o'clock with mom. Do you mind if Cody, me, and his son come over? And he was like, no, of course not, come on over. And so then I called Cody, and I was like, hey, I have this idea. We could go to my sister's, and we could like just hang out with, have the kids hang out together and like enjoy, you know, company. I haven't seen my family in a couple weeks. And he was like, well, for the first time, I think maybe we should just be us. I was like, yes, of course, totally fine. Not a big deal. Just was something I was throwing out there. And so then I called my sister back, talked to my brother-in-law, and I was like, well, we're not gonna do it. He was like, okay, cool. No big deal. We'll see you in a couple weeks. And then a couple minutes later, Cody called back and he was like, me and the kid discussed, and you know, maybe we will go. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. So then I called my brother-in-law back again, and I was like, hey, just kidding, we are coming. He was like, okay, come on, the more the merrier. That's how my family is. They're always like, yeah, the more the merrier, big deal. Like, it's not a big deal, you know? Hi, sis. And so I stopped at the grocery store. Well, no, so after that I called my mom and I was like, hey, I'm gonna stop at the grocery store. Do you need anything? And of course my mom asked for French bread if you've been a follower of the channel for a while, you know my mom has an affliction for French bread. And she asked me to pick up like a fruit tray. So I picked up a fruit tray and the French bread. I picked up a Caesar salad that we could have with the ribs. My sister was gonna make a cucumber salad. And what else did she have? Ribs, cucumber salad. I picked up a green salad, a Caesar salad. And I picked up hot dog buns because Cody's son's a little bit picky when it comes to food. And my sister had hot dogs. And I was like, okay, I'll just get buns just in case. And he asked for Doritos. So I was like, whatever you want, kid. I'll get that for you. So yeah, I showed up to my sister's house and it was the three of us, my sister's family and my mom. And it was just a lovely afternoon. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. Sweet kid. He was really excited to meet me, as nervous and excited as I was to meet him, and he got along really well with my nephews. They had a Nerf gun fight, which at my sister's house is like the thing. She has an entire wall that she's like made the Nerf wall. All the guns have a place on the wall. She has baskets that hold all the little darts and the balls and stuff. Like, she's amazing. I don't know if I've covered this enough, how amazing my sister is at being a mom, and like she's so freaking crafty. The other day she sent me a picture of these like little soaps shaped like cactuses, and I was like, oh, those are really cute, where'd you get those? She's like, oh, I made them. I was like, what? They're really cute, but like you made those? She's like, yeah, it's my new hobby. And I was like, oh, just add that to your, you know, list of talents. And then my brother-in-law called me like 5 minutes later. He goes, aren't you sick and tired of your sister being so goddamn crafty and talented? And I was like, yeah, I really freaking am. And we talked for a couple minutes, and at the end of the conversation I was like, go hang out with your beautiful talented wife. I can't even. It's just how we are. And Cody gets along with my family really well, and my family seemed to really like him, so yay. Like, what is this healthy relationship shit? Like, I don't understand it. It's all new to me, but it feels really good. So anyway, that's my update. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. And the girls are in here. Harriet, can you say hi? She's like, what are you doing, Mom? You just got home. Why are you doing this? Fina's over there. Cece! Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.